This meeting is being recorded, you all. So let's just let's start. Let's get on our feet and take a minute to just slow dance your body just on top of your feet. I don't know what kind of day you've had. Maybe you've been on your feet all day. Maybe you've been off of them, but one way or another, we'll take care of them. So when I let my weight shift from one foot to the other, the sensation I'm after is as the weight shifts, I'm going to feel engagement through my outer hip and through my inner thigh. And that those muscles on my standing leg are going to wake up, right, as my weight moves side to side. Good. And then from there, why don't you just hold the weight in the feet and get soft with the knees, and then take some movement from your tailbone. So you're going to let the movement circle around one direction. Good. And then let that movement circle in the opposite direction. Good. And then softening your knees, let your tailbone move forward and then let the tailbone move back. So you're just kind of isolating there, maybe feeling a little stretch in your back. Oh. Good. And then let's pause and see if you can find your pelvis right there, neutral underneath you, and take one arm stretching to a side. Inhale, standing up, slide the arm down the opposite side and let the other arm come up. Good. So just an opening there through the chest and the shoulder. So a couple times here. Good. And we'll take this one more. And then let's move our hands to our thighs. Move your head and tail apart. And then move them underneath you. So you'll inhale, take it up. And exhale, round so the head and the tail move apart. Inhale, moving up. And exhale, rounding underneath. We'll do that one more time. Inhale. And now let's hold and find a long spine. So a few times here, just circle the arms underneath you. Feeling your scapula pull together, your chest expand. And then circle around the other way. Good. And then from there, let's inhale, sweep, take your two arms up. And now one opposite hand to your wrist, you're going to pull overhead. Good. Feeling that side of you lengthen out. Switching, pulling the opposite wrist. Good. Inhale, now roll the thumbs back and move your head back also, so you feel a lot of expansion across your sternum. Good. And then exhale, releasing the arms. So now your two arms are going to come up, and then we're going to bring arms down as your heels rise up. Good. Take your chin over one shoulder. Take your chin over the other shoulder. And then inhale, set the heels down. Now we'll inhale, take your two arms out. And exhale, take your gaze to one index finger and then to the other. Good. Exhale, release. And then this time we'll take two arms up. And then as the arms come in, lift the heels. Good. Chin over each shoulder. So continuing to free your neck as you find your balance. Good. Exhale, taking that right back down. Slow dance your weight there back into your legs. Good. And let the ball of the foot spread out into the floor. And then from here, let's gather the weight on one side and pick up the foot and point and flex. Good. So this is my left foot in the air. Good. And then we'll just set that down gently. Easy, finding the other side, point and flex. Good. And then from here, just start to walk your feet a little bit wider. And again, rocking your weight into each foot. Good. And now Setting the weight down, let's inhale, move the arms up and the thighs back, and then open into a back bend. So thighs moving back, arms moving forward, open through a back bend, thighs back, arms forward, exhaling, open. Let's do two more just like this. Thighs back, arms forward, and up. Good. And then from here, hang out down here for a moment. Then we're going to sweep the arms just out. So you're drawing little circles here. And then changing the direction. Good. Bending deep in the knees one more time. And then exhale, opening into this little back bend. Now take opposite hand to foot, stretching. Inhale, moving up. And then exhale, stretching across your body. Inhale, find a long sweep up. And then exhale over. Inhale, a long sweep up. Exhale, folding. One more time, each direction. Inhale. And exhale. Good. And then we'll take the two arms up. And then we're going to stretch and reach towards one leg. Find a big swoop through the center. Let the low back go. And right back up. And now, again, traveling towards the left, pushing through the feet and coming up. Good. Taking that over. Good. And then this time, we'll fold over and then just pause for a moment in the center. Let your head come up and the tailbone go back, and then exhale, release. Try that a few more times. Head coming up, tailbone moving back, exhaling up. Good. Head and tail. And lifting. Last time, head and tail. Good. Hold down here. Sweep an arm. Big stretch up. And we'll bring that arm right back down. The opposite side lifts. And we'll take that back down. Now gather the weight back into both feet. Take your two arms up and then back to standing. Let's pivot our body so we're now turned towards your right leg. Your back toes can turn out a little bit. And then we're going to exhale and sweep the arms out as your weight moves forward. Good. So again, just drawing little circles with the arms. Good. Now let's pause with the knee bent, and we're going to practice little arm arcs with your hands. So the arms come forward, and the exhale, one arm comes up as the other arm moves down, back to the center. One arm up as the other arm comes down. Good. Back to the center. One arm up as the other arm comes down and center. Good. And now back to your center. Let the torso come forward. And then you're going to take that same action, but targeting now your back muscles. So feeling your spinal extensors engage as you reach. Good. And then we're going to pause here in the center. Take your hands to the low back. Come stretch forward over this leg. And then exhale, push through both feet, bringing yourself back up. Another little back bend. And then a stretch over this leg. And then a little back bend, pushing, pushing, pushing. Good. Last time, let's hang out over this leg. And then perhaps extend the knee. And exhale, bringing yourself right back up. We'll pivot our feet around and try that on the other side. So now, top and the tail, feeling your center strong and connected. Let's exhale, bend the knee, and sweep two arms out. And so front knee bends, back knee straightens, and back. Good. So just feeling that movement through the shoulders, through the hip, through the knee, a stretch in the back leg, a little engagement through the front leg. Pause with your torso, with the knee bent, the arms in front of the torso, and then one arm forward as the other arm comes down. Exhaling and changing. And back up. Good. So really gather weight in that back leg. Good. Let's do this one more time. Then pause with your arms in your center. Stretch your spine forward, one arm forward and up, and then the other. Good. So staying light through the elbows as the arms change. Good. And then from here, we're going to take two arms to your low back and feel your head reach away as your hips reach back and then up, creating a little back bend. And then we're going to reach your head forward. Good. Continue to really gather your weight in your feet. And then back one more time. Forward. And then from here, you can reach your hips back and melt the head. And then let's push into both feet, bringing ourselves back up. Turn all the toes in and back to face the computer. And now we're going to turn the heels in and the toes out. So now let's open and let the knees float down as the arms come up. And then we'll try that a few more times. So remember, the thigh bones move out of the hip socket. Good. Arms floating up, thigh bones moving out. Good. And again, continue to keep energy through your toes, through the arches of your feet. Good. And then let's pause with your knees bent. Pull an elbow down and up. Pull an elbow towards the thigh and up. Elbow down and up. Elbow down and up. Elbow down and up. Now take the two arms and you're going to sweep through your center and up. So repeating that, but going the opposite direction and up. It's almost like your torso is just being kind of pulled across by that stretch through the arms. Beautiful. Go ahead and try that just one more time so you really get all the way in there. Good. Inhale, stretch, take the arms back. And then once again, bring your hands forward. This time, you're going to just rock your pelvis a little bit side to side through the feet. Good. Getting a little stretch through the inner thigh. And then pausing in your center once again. One arm up. And releasing down. Opposite arm pulls up. And then releasing down. Gather the weight in both feet, lifting up. And now just turn one set of toes in. So I'm going to take my left toes, turn them in, and maybe walk my foot out a little bit more. So now let's bend your right knee, turning the toes out towards the pinky toe and back in. So I'll reach out and pull up. Reaching out, pulling up. So you're going into deep warrior 2 and up. Floating the arms. Beautiful. Good. Let's do this one more time. So we'll hold out here. Good. And then just lightly circle the arms. And then let them circle the other way. Good. And then I'm going to pull one elbow towards my thigh. Top arm travels over the ear. Good. And then I'm going to just begin to straighten the bottom knee and take my hand down. Little triangle pose. Good. So again, keep bringing your weight into your feet. And then remember, always push down with the feet to rise back up through a warrior two. Turn those toes in. Turn the opposite toes out. If you feel like you don't have enough range of motion in this hip, turn the other toes in more, and that will free up the hip some. So let's exhale, bend and straighten. Letting the arms float down and up. Bend and straighten. Good, making sure you can see your big toe as the knee bends. Good, keeping the ribs, hips oriented, facing forward. Good, and then let's just pause down here. Now roll, make little C's with your arms. So out and back, out and back. Kind of rolling through your shoulder and back. Good. And then from here, once again, this elbow pulls down, top arm over the ear. Extend through your fingers. Good, and then we're gonna let this bottom knee begin to lengthen as the hand comes down, and then the top arm can travel up. You can take your gaze down towards your toes, up towards your top hand, down towards the toes, and up. Good, and then remember, we'll gather our weight in our feet, and then exhale, lift. Good. Let's step your feet together and then roll the weight forward and back for your feet. So you're just kind of dancing it. Good. And then, I want to try a little experiment. Take your one foot, cross it over the other, and then roll the weight through the feet once again. Good. All right, let's switch it. So just stepping the opposite foot in front and rolling the weight. Good. And from here, stepping the feet out once again. So now I'm going to take, this is my right foot crossing over my left. I'm going to hug just the foot up. So it's the outside edge of my foot comes to the shin bone. Good. Now I'm going to take my palms together and then press my left fingertips into my right palm and just take a few breaths. Setting that down, switching hands. So now that foot comes up and the foot moves to the shin bone. And you're just going to press hands into the palm, 5 breaths. And exhale, release, set that down. Roll again, a little bit of weight, letting the tailbone circle. Kind of massaging the bottoms of the feet here with the weight of the body. Good. And then let's take one heel, lift it, open it. So now I'm going to feel inner thigh, outer hip. Push the foot here into my shin as I externally rotate. And bring the arms up, 5 breaths. Exhale, releasing the arms back down, setting the foot down, shifting my weight a little bit right and left. And then from here, once again, lifting the foot, opening to the side, foot to the shin. Good. Gather the weight in that foot. The knee opens, palms together, arms moving up. Exhale, allowing them to open. And then setting that foot right back down. Good. So now let's turn. I'm going to turn towards my right leg. Bring my hands to the low back. And then gather just a little bit of weight in my front leg. As I let the back leg lift. And setting that foot down, shifting to the other side. Same thing here, kind of rock the weight a little bit forward and back. And then we'll gather the weight in the front foot. And exhale, try lifting that back leg. And setting it down once again. Excellent. So now shake all of that work out. And then let's put a blanket here, if you've got one, in the center of your mat. And then I'm going to walk myself out to it. So from the back of my mat, inhale, bring the arms up. And then exhale, open my chest, flat back. Take opposite hand and elbow together. And just pause here. Oh, letting your low back release. Good. And then I'm going to place my hands on my shins and try to lift my thigh bones up as I straighten my back. So instead of rounding here, lengthen the spine and lift the thighs. Good. From here, I'm going to bend my knees, take my thighs back and my hands to the floor. And then walk my hands out right, left, and right, finding a down dog. Good. So my down dog will push back with the hands, lift up with the tail, and then I can reach the femur bones all the way back. And then let's let one knee and then the other knee come down onto your little blanket and roll through the spine. So a little cat-cow here. Good. Just feeling that relationship between the head and the tail. And then letting the head and the hips travel side to side. Okay, you can kind of let the hips sway. And then let's draw a few circles once again with the tailbone. And take it the other way. Good. And then from here, I'm going to let my forearms come down. And just let the neck relax. If it feels nice, then you can stay here or reach the tail back up. And give this a few breaths. Good. We'll slowly set those palms back down and bringing yourself up. Interlace your fingers, move the hands to the low back, and exhale. Head floats back, getting a little stretch in your neck. Good. And from there, we'll bring the head down, the arms up. And then from there, I'm going to bring my two arms forward once again. Take the big toes together, knees apart, and a long stretch in an Adho Mukha Virasana. And then I'll slide some weight forward and reach my two legs back and come down to the mat. So right here, let's just do a really gentle back bend. Spread the fingers and you'll check your neck side to side. Take the chin down and up. And then we're going to push into the hands and let your head come up off of the floor. Good. Let the elbows return to the floor. Take your head and one heel towards each other. So you've bent in the knee like you're kicking back. Try that on the other side. Heel and head reaching together. So this should feel like some work in the hamstring. Good. Go ahead and relax the neck and then let the legs come right and left. And you should feel some engagement there through the glutes and the hamstrings. Just a nice, light little kicking. Good. And then we're going to pull two heels back towards your body. Let the head reach towards the heels, allowing the front of the throat to stretch. And then we'll exhale, release. The head comes down. The two legs can lengthen. And then we'll bring our palms here back behind us. Pull the arms off of the back, getting a big stretch. Good. And then exhale, letting that come down. Place your palms here on the floor and squeeze the shoulder blades together as you lift your head and chest up. Good. Well, exhale, bring that back down. And then lift the two legs up again, a few breaths. And bend the knees. And let the hands and feet come together and just kind of lightly rock the back. Maybe walking the kneecaps a little closer together. And then again, you can squeeze the scapula, lift your head. And exhale, release. Good. So now I'm going to take my left arm back behind me and just roll onto that side. So I'm now facing the computer. And with my top leg, I'm going to just bicycle. You can bend the bottom knee as much as you need to be able to balance. Good, and now we'll change the direction there. Good. And then let's pause with the leg behind you. With that leg back behind you, draw some circles there. Kind of imagine you're drawing the circles through the center of your heel bone. Good, and then draw those circles out the other way. Good, and then you're going to bring the knee forward and then just open and close the knee. So it's going to pull down and then open. So it pulls down. You can even internally rotate and then open it up, close down and up, close it down and up. Let's do a couple more. Down and up, and now down and up. So we'll hold the leg up and let the elbow and the knee stretch out and in. Good. So now we've kind of moved into an external rotation. Good. Now we're going to pause with those limbs long and let them lift and lower together. Good. So now I'm going to close my little top arm just around this leg. Just kind of wrapped it here, and then you can work on extending the knee. And then let the bottom leg extend. Sand could be anywhere, just wherever it feels comfortable. And then we're going to place the foot there on the thigh. And take your arms up. And then maybe allow the bottom leg to lift also. And then we'll exhale, set that down, let the top knee travel forward, and then let this top arm just lightly circle. And we'll change the direction. Good. And then let's let the top arm travel back and open you into a twist. And then let's pull the two knees in and push with the top hand and bring ourselves around and try this on the other side. So starting here again, your bottom knee can be bent, and then we're just gonna take this leg all the way around. Good. So you're just doing a little light bicycling movement. And then we'll change the direction. And then let's pause with that knee behind you. And then with the leg extended, just draw some circles with your heel. Good. Changing the direction, draw those circles the other way. Good. And then from here, you're going to pause and bring the knee forward. We're going to open the knee and then internally rotate the knee to bring it down. So we'll open, take the knee down, and open, take the knee down. So it should feel like some work, some sensation there in the back of the leg and the hip. Good. And then from here, we're going to take elbow and knee, pull them in together and let them reach out together and in and out, in and out. Good. And then we're going to come down and up just a few times. Good. Let's try this one more time. And then folding the arm here around the leg and continuing to open the knee. You can now work on extending the leg. You can also now extend the bottom leg. Letting your breaths continue to move deep and become full. And then we'll let this foot come rest for a moment on the thigh. And the top arm can lift up. The bottom leg can lift. And then we'll exhale, release those down. Let the top knee travel forward. And then this top arm just lightly circles. And then take it the other way. Good. Let that arm open and find a twist. And then from this twist, I'm just going to continue that movement over and find myself on my back here. So start with a little rocking of the hips, side to side. So letting the knees kind of guide the stretch here. Good. And then we'll walk our feet just a little bit wider and let the knee travel in. So this will deepen the stretch kind of in the psoas. Inhaling up and then exhaling to change. Good. Take this each direction just one more time. And then from here, let's pull your two heels, let them come up towards the sky. And then just a few times, almost like you were going to leg press something. You are leg pressing. You're pressing your legs, your heels up. Good. Good. And now we're going to hold just the amount of length in the knee that feels comfortable for you. And then circle the legs. And maybe the tailbone comes up a little bit if that feels nice. And let the legs sweep and circle the other way. Same thing. Good. We're going to cross the right leg in front of the left, and now let the legs circle as one. And again, if the tailbone comes up and that feels nice, stay with it. Change the direction. Good. Now I'm crossing the left foot in front of the right, and I'm taking these circles again. Good. And then changing the direction here. And then uncrossing your two legs. Move your hands behind the thighs. With exhale, lift your head and chest up, bringing your gaze to your belly. You can bring your hands across your shins. Good. Exhale, let the head come down. Then we'll let opposite arm and leg stretch and reach away from the body and pull back. Opposite arm and leg stretching, reaching away. Good. Let's pause with your left leg extended, your right knee bent. Take your hands to the shin bone and then lift your head. So you're going to let the forehead or the head roll up towards your knee. Getting a little stretch in between your shoulder blades. Good. Let's inhale, sweep the arms up. Change the position of the two legs, and then same thing. Hands here to your shin. And exhale, pull up. Good. Let the shoulder blades move apart and get a big stretch. Good. And then from there, take your two heels to the floor, two arms up. And we're going to pull the elbows in. So you're kind of lifting into a reverse chair. Pelvis moves down. Elbows pull up and in. Good. We'll take this a few more times. Good. After your next round, go ahead, pause with the pelvis lifted, and then stretch your arms out. Give a couple breaths with the heels lifted. Good. Now we'll set the heels down, lift the balls of the feet. Balls of the feet down. Take the palms together. Walk the arms in. And then push fully, wholly through your feet. And then we'll exhale, release the bones back down. Take your hands to the fronts of the thighs. Let the legs float up. Press your hands into the shins. And then perhaps let the legs travel over. And then slowly Let that move down. You can let the knees bend, maybe hold the hands over or opposite arm and elbow. And then we'll fold that back down. Let's rock a bit on our spines. So you can let the weight rock forward, let the weight rock back. Good. After your next round, go ahead, pause while you're seated. The soles of the feet come together, and then exhale. Let your spine travel forward. So let yourself melt into this stretch. Coming up once again, let the soles of the feet come down to the floor, and then bring the arms under your legs and let your head go. The arms could even come together on your back. Good. And then we'll inhale, sitting up nice and tall. Extend the arms, extend the legs. And bring the palms for a moment under your shoulders, Dandasana, staff pose. So just feel the scapula squeeze in, blood pumping through you here. Pressing out through the heels, out through the hands, spine nice and long. Keep the spine long, bring the arms up, and exhale, stretch the sternum towards your shins. Good, and then from here, we'll just sit up once again. And we're gonna slide our weight back down to the mat. So find a comfortable way to go there. Oh. You'll take your right ankle here to the left thigh. Let the left thigh kind of pull in. You can take your hands around the left thigh. Rock your back. Good. And then switching sides. Opposite ankle to thigh. Hugging those hands in. Just rocking side to side. Good. And then if there's any other final movements you'd like to make before we take some time to just breathe on the mat, take a moment to do so. And then let the knees open wide. And let the legs extend out from there. Begin to watch your breath move more deeply, more slowly through your body. then slowly, as you feel ready, just begin to lightly wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then circle your ankles and your wrists. And we're going to draw your knees in up over your chest. Rock your back side to side, front to back. You can roll to the right side, rest for a moment in a fetal position. And then push up with your arms. Find seated. And we'll bring our palms together before the heart, bow the head, and close the eyes. Your practice is a gift, everyone. Thank you. Enjoy your evening. Namaste.